Or Nissan Altima, that. I've done a little bit of this Nissan Altima, but not much. I've just done a couple of the tiers of it. The paint, I'm not sure which paint I prefer out of these. Harvey Norman, whoever he is. I think I'll have the Castrol one. Oh, go away. Do I need that? No, I do not. Thing is, everything I do on the game, and I've done now for quite a while, is only for getting rewards. So I'll only do things like race teams. You know, I'll put some effort in it if it's going to give me some, good rewards out of it. If I race for say 8-10 hours, I want 100 gold, and if I'm not going to get 100 gold out of it, then I don't do it. So I don't tend to join race teams that come right near the top, because even if you win, you only end up with like 40 gold. So I think it's pretty pointless putting in loads of effort and not getting much out of it. But doing it the way I do it is I've always got enough gold and racing dollars to upgrade the car and stuff. And also, obviously, having enough gold and racing dollars, earning it legitimately means I will never ever get banned. Like, lots of people do come up and they act the game like that fella just said he acts it. That's great, but you get all the cars, but then you're going to get slung off, because everyone gets slung off eventually. And I haven't got to worry about any of that. Oh, SJ, you're here. I don't know out of these new V8 supercars, out of the three of them, which is going to be the most beneficial one to have. Because there's always one, isn't there? There's always one that if you can only fully upgrade one, then you don't really know which is the right one to do yet. Alright, Sam, thank you. This game volume might be too loud, I don't know, you have to let me know if it's too loud. As usual in the V8 supercars, they've got no brakes. The brakes get better each year, but they're still pretty bad on brakes. I'll turn it down a bit. Well, I don't want to go any nearer than this anyway. I might as well have a little word with this little bloke here. I don't want to win by more than 70 anyway, or 72. I want to keep the winning margin really low, so I can get obviously further into the series without having to service the car and what have you. You're not going for it then, Daniel? I must admit, I mean, the thing is, because they've got such bad brakes, I mean, when you watch them, like on TV, I mean, that is a brilliant, fantastic sport to watch, I think. It's a really nice, you know, when you watch that Bathurst, or Bathurst as they call it, when you watch that, it's a fantastic thing to watch. It's so exhilarating, it's so closely matched to all these cars, and it's really good racing. But on the game, they're obviously very similar to the NASCARs, like for driving them, but I just wish they'd make them a bit, I don't know what they can do with them really. It's the game doesn't sort of replicate the actual sport itself, does it? What, you know, in any of it really. It's like the noise of the NASCAR, when you watch that on TV, you know, NASCARs, they go past the crowd, the wind noise, and it's just bloody fantastic. But when you get, you know, on the game, you don't, it's the noise is the thing that you just don't get. I'm watching the golf on the telly. McIlroy's playing crap yet again. Joe Rosie's plodding along and Tiger's kicking arse. It's almost as though he sort of pays everyone to play shit, it seems to me. This is definitely the best livery. What do you think is the best livery out of the four? This definitely is my favourite looking livery out of them. This Ryder Cup is not looking promising for next week for Europe, is it? European golf in general, I think, is on a bit of a big old decline. I have played Absoluto Racing. It was all right. It wasn't a bad game at all. But you know, there's still, for me anyway, I'm sure most of you, there is no other car racing game on a phone that is just anywhere near as good as this. There just isn't one. For all the faults it's got, and we got pitted by someone else that time. All the fault, you know, all the moaning and stuff we do about it, and it's infuriating and what have you. It is still miles better than any other game out there. And that new online multiplayer is actually pretty good. I mean, I played that for about an hour last week, and I didn't get a lot. I think I got about 15 gold, 14 gold maybe. But it's 14 gold I've never had before out of online multiplayer. I can see some people getting hooked on that and playing it for, I mean, when I first got the game, this is whatever, 5 years ago, and online multiplayer was on then, I used to play a lot of online multiplayer, but then I didn't play it for like 3 years because it was just so garbage. But now, I haven't played it all this week, but I could imagine that, you know, some days I could probably play that for a couple of hours easily. Real money I've spent on the game is when I first got the game. Now I don't know if that still happens for some of you who've got the you're quite new at the game and stuff. I'm sure at the end of virtually every race, I used to get an advert come up. I think it was like at the end of the race, or it was between the end of the race and then clicking like whether you want to service and stuff. There used to be an advert, and the adverts used to drive me out the wall. And then when I first started doing the YouTube channel, again this is like probably 3-4 years ago, I these adverts would just becoming, there were just so many of them. So I think it was £2.99, and you could pay £2.99 to be advert free, which is what I did. So in answer to your question is, I spent £2.99 right at the beginning to get rid of the adverts. And now, funnily enough, you can't get enough adverts these days because you need them for your servicing your car and when you're upgrading it to for upgrade times and all that sort of stuff. But that's obviously not connected to the adverts that were here in the first place. But it shows you can get all the cars in this game. You can get all cars upgraded in this game. And you can do it all by earning it by racing the right races. And your time on the game, you do the right things when you're playing it. You don't just mindlessly muck about drifting for 2 hours or whatever. You sort of go and play the right races, but you can that way earn the game. And as I said before, without the race teams, I never would have finished this game. Never, ever, ever. But with the race teams, I've earned countless thousands of gold by doing the race teams, and again putting in the effort that's going to get me the most rewards out of it. I.e., there's only 2 of you in a team, and you get maybe 150, 160 gold each for maybe 10 hours racing, whatever. But there's loads of people who will race 10 hours and be in a team that comes 12th and think what they're doing is a good thing. But to me, I think you're wasting your time getting 40 gold out of racing 10 hours when you can be getting 160 out of it. And that's the difference when you do that on a regular basis. Is that in a month I'll probably get 1,000 gold a month just by racing in this game. But if you think about, what is the game worth? It's got to be worth 30 quid. It's got to easily be worth 30 or 40 quid. If they said to you, you can buy the game outright, every car you're going to have fully upgraded, or there's only, there are no upgrades. The car comes stock as it is, and that's, what the car is originally when you very first get it. So, but that, but through doing it for years, you have to wait for upgrades, you have to wait for servicing, you have to, a bit of time management and that sort of stuff. It is really, to me, part of the game anyway. I don't like watching adverts, and I don't really watch them. I obviously put the advert on and then I just look round a little while later and see if the advert's gone or not, and then do another one. But there's 2 next week, is there? For the Holden and the what's the other one? The Holden Commodore and Ford Falcon, and the other one. Yeah, I think you've mentioned you've backed this game a couple of times already, haven't you? when people say that, it's like they seem to think they're the first people to do it. People have been doing that as long as I've played the game. People have backed it. But as I said before, if I was new to the game now, would I be tempted to hack it? Bloody right I would. Russian Grand Prix next week. Hamilton's kicking ass big time in that Formula 1, isn't he, this year? I reckon he'll win it with about 3 races to go. Wonder what's going to be on the next update then. It's got to be the Chiron, isn't it? I still fancy they might put that new Brabham on it. They do like putting a car on that is really, really fast, but no one really knows about. I'll tell you, they could also put on the McLaren Senna. That could come on here. They seem to be right into McLarens these days, don't they? McLaren seems to be the manufacturer that they are plugging a lot, it seems to me. Oops. I think I've cocked that up a little bit too much there. As long as I still get it first, don't matter. That looks pretty tight, but oh, you knob end. Well, I didn't want to beat it by a lot, but I did want to beat it. What was that then? 244. Oh, look at that. What a rip-off. What a double rip-off that was. Yeah, I definitely reckon it'll be. I reckon it'll be the Chiron, the Senna McLaren, and I still fancy they might put that Brabham on there. I imagine they normally like chucking in a bit of a classic as well, don't they? What classics have we not got? What classics have we not got that they could chuck on, I wonder? An old Mini, maybe. Mini Cooper. I think that'll be too slow. Oh, I've cocked it up exactly the same bloody place as last time. Might have done it that time, don't know. Right. Ryder Cup next week. Europe have got a pretty ropey team, so we'll probably kick them Yanks asses all over the place. USA. That drives me up that wall, that really does. I like all the old singing at the beginning of the games, where before they tee off, there's always a bit of singing going on by the Europeans. We've got a little bit of a group thing going, they all sing some really little funny limericks, and that's really funny. Fast and Furious Escort, I don't know it. Suppose they could put something on like the old, what's that little tiny Ford? Oh, I don't know. No, is it based on a Mini Metro? It's a really fast, ridiculously fast thing. I can't think what that was called now. Based on a Mini Metro, Mini Metros had a top speed of about 80 mile an hour or something stupid. And this thing was like a rally car. I can't think what it's called now. It's called like an MX M6R or something. I can't think what it's called now. Only British people might know what I'm talking about with that anyway. But it was like ridiculous, this thing, how fast it was. And I think he got banned from the rallying. That sort of thing is what they could chuck on the game. They all seem to have put something on quite obscure, don't they? We've got the usual lot. You got Mazda RX-6, RS7, MGBs, and that wouldn't be fast enough. But an old Triumph or something, that's probably, I don't know if it's an iconic thing. Jensen Interceptor, they could probably put that on. Alright, the old hacker's doing a bit of business. Go on, son, get yourself a few quid out of it. Why do hackers always seem to come from the same three places? That it's either Brazil, Russia or India. You don't hardly ever get hackers who are like in Britain or Germany or America, France. It always seems to be Russia, Brazil and India. It always seems to be the same places. Maybe it's a bit like hacking and stuff. It's like a hobby for people in them countries or something. That's the Martin DB5. Is that the one in the James Bond film? Get out of the way. Get out of the way again. Yeah, the old DB5. I'll tell you what about the old Volvo, the old Simon Templar, the Saint used to have. That's a lovely looking old classic car. Probably pretty slow, but a lovely looking thing. I mean, we haven't even got any Alfa Romeos on this game, or Lancias. I mean, there's been some fight like Lancia Stratos or something. North Korea, yeah. I can't imagine anyone in North Korea being allowed to play this game, can you? I watched that Michael Palin programme the other night about being in North Korea. The way them police women walk about directing traffic is brilliant. See the walk and the dance on it. Fantastic. Well, you're an hacker from India and hacked this game. You should have just said, I'm from India, I've hacked this game. That's all you need to say. Me too. Hey, if you want to hack it, I've got no problem with people who want to hack it whatsoever. If you want to hack it, you enjoy yourself. No skin off of my nose whatsoever. Used to be, years ago, used to hate them, but now, don't care. As I said, a little while ago, if I was just starting this game now, I may well even hack it myself if I was starting now. In fact, I probably would. There is so much money they want to get out of people, it's ridiculous, but I'm just happy that the way I did it with, just to prove that you can get every car, every upgrade and stuff with, you can do it by earning it, if you want to do it that way. We're all different. If you don't want to do it that way and you can't be bothered to do it that way and just want to go, no, I'll have a click that and I'll get it all, then why not? This seems to be quite a quick series, this, which is unusual. They normally take forever, don't they? Sometimes when I watch a video about, say you got a problem on your computer or whatever, no, it's normally something to do with computers or your tablet or your phone or something, and so you look up how to fix it, and almost all of them videos I watch seem to be Indians who fix things. So they either have really, really good IT schooling at school, or they're just right into IT. But it just seems to be a lot of the sort of armchair experts are Indians, and they normally know what they're talking about. But the thing that really annoys me is every single time you ever hear them and you're trying to listen to, like, for them to tell you how to fix something, it's just a constant noise of people tooting their routers and beep 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 beep. You must get used to it, but it bloody drives me up the wall trying to listen to it. But it's got to be something you ought to get used to. But the amount of them videos I've seen, and it's like just constant car horns and motorbikes and all that hooting is ridiculous. Mate, we know you've hacked the game. I don't know